And we are live for the final Ultra Podcast Z.
You caught me with my head down, darn it. Why did that happen? Why?
Your pants off?
My pants are on. It's my girlfriend who has no pants.
No one wears. So it's funny because I brought this up many a time in the past, but there were a lot of the early UPZs because back in the day, like I was still working like a day job. Like, okay, let me rephrase that because I still work a day job now, but I was still working a 9 to 5 day job back then. And so like I would like a literal 9 to 5 day job. And I think we started at like we started earlier back then, I think. But anyways, it doesn't matter. I would show up and like be like tired from work, just set up immediately and we just do the podcast. And I remember there would be multiple times when like I wouldn't wear pants on the stream because I just got home and I was being lazy. And then there was the time when we all realized none of us were wearing pants. And by we all, I mean like Yaru, and I won't name the other host because she's like an idol now, and I don't know if I should call her out that she apparently wasn't wearing pants on the stream. You didn't see anything, but like, yeah. Anyway, Ultra Podcast Z. I'm Manuel,
and I'm Josh. Hi, everybody.
Okay, good, Josh. You were mouthing, and I didn't see any sound coming through, so I was worried that.
Oh, that was a secret hidden message.
Okay.
That was only listenable by my gorgeous girlfriend.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the last episode of Ultra Podcast Z. We don't really have a thing. We kind of gonna wing it, which is fine. Like it's been 280 episodes. We're allowed to like have some junk ones. Why not go out with the blast?
Yes, we have to go out with a blast for sure.
I forget. Oh, it's funny because I was thinking about this like a couple days ago because I just came back from Long Beach Comic Con, and while I was there, I was going through some old like I was going through some of the things they were selling there, and there was this booth that had a bunch of comic books. But in that same like comic book booth, they had like old magazines. And they only had a couple. I don't want to make it sound like this is anime booth, but they had some Animericas. Like Animerica, the magazine, and I think that was a magazine. I think it was a magazine that Viz owned. Fun fact, but I remember I'll never forget this when they had their last issue. And when I say last issue, I think they continued on like as a Borders freebie that you would just have in the store. But when they had their last real issue, the last newsstand issue, they released all. They were like, oh, like they literally like, oh, this is the last issue. There's nobody to like complain about. So we're gonna just write articles we want to write, and we're gonna show all the artwork that we weren't able to publish before. Because they would have artwork with like the letters to the editor stuff that all magazines used to have back then. They would have artwork that people would send in. And I'll never forget this. They had a bunch of weird artwork, and amongst them was a picture of Hitler Pikachu.
Hitler Pikachu.
Well, Nintendo just sent a cease and desist somewhere.
Yes, and I was like, I don't think you should have published that even. Now, even back then, I was like, sir, this is like 2004, 6. I don't know exactly when. Like, I was like really young. I was like in my teens, probably still early 20s at the absolute oldest. And I was like, why did you publish that even now? Like, maybe don't. Maybe just throw that piece of artwork away. And but yeah, and they also, but that was the most controversial thing, but they also published articles about like the anime they hate and like some of the crazy shit. And I was like, let's just do that. Let's just do all the stuff JD censored us on. Like, and we'll just say all the crazy shit.
I'm still editing this episode for YouTube, Manuel. I will make sure you don't say that.
No, see, stop censoring us. Okay, Margaret Thatcher. Is that a boomer reference?
Yes,
I
Manuel.
feel like that's a really boomer reference I just made. Like, is she still alive? I feel like she died.
No, Manuel, she died, and then ding dong, the witch is dead. Went to the top of the British charts. I'm not kidding.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, I remember that actually. Oops. But yeah, for those who don't know, Margaret Thatcher, she was prime minister.
Yes.
I don't know if she's actually prime minister.
Yes, she was.
Well, she was somebody high up. She's a prime minister, I guess, and she was associated a lot with like censorship, like behind, like she wasn't. I don't know if she was behind this all, but she was involved with like stuff like the video nasties, where like basically like getting a lot of movies like banned, and same thing for music and so on. But yeah, anyways, which is funny because like she gets all that flack. I guess there's one person to blame it on. We had all that same shit here. It's just that it was spread across. Like, yeah, exactly. I've ever ranted about that. I think I have ranted about that, just not on a stream. It's wild if you go back and you watch the PMRC hearings, because it's like people that it's the who's who of people who would keep doing this shit into the 90s, and fucking Joe Biden is there. And I don't really care that Joe Biden was like talking shit about music or whatever. That's not my big issue of bringing him up. How the fuck was he still a senator before I was born?
He's that old, Manuel.
Politicians
Yes!
are old, man.
That's
They're
some
old.
bullshit. And I remember like I was so curious. I looked him up. I'm like, how long has he been? Oh, he was also in like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. He was like he appeared in that, just like the senator that was willing to talk to them. But I looked him up, and apparently, get this, he was one of the youngest senators, and he still might be the youngest senator. At the time, I think he was the youngest senator ever. And I find that wild. I'm like, way to go from like one of the youngest people in politics at that level to being one of the oldest.
He will be the
American
oldest so long as Trump kicks the bucket before the end of his term. Which, how do you feel about all those rumors about everyone just being like,
he's
"Did
dying?"
Trump
Hey,
die
things
over
I'm
the-"
about to cut out. Hi,
No,
future me.
Trump is actually no. My favorite thing about all this is that JD Vance's tweet about it. I can't believe that's real. I actually had to look it up. I'm like, there's no way this is real. Somebody made this up. This is a fake tweet. This is not real. Where JD Vance was all like, "Oh, Democrats are sick. How dare they all like, I'm paraphrasing here, but the last part's not paraphrased. How dare they all like be all happy about Trump's death? Like, if anything, I would be the most. I'd gain the most from this. But you didn't see me like publicly celebrating, and I'm like." The fuck?
That
Like,
is-
You should probably work in your
Every one
phrasing.
of them is unhinged.
Yes.
Katie, don't cut this. This is important. This is topical.
I just find that wild. I find that wild that he basically is all like, if he died, I'd be celebrating, but I wouldn't do it publicly. I have more class than that. And I'm just like, bro, like, I can't believe it. I can't believe some of the shit.
Dude, we have the person who's running the education is the wife of Vince McMahon. There is no sanity left anywhere. We are stuck in the weirdest of timelines.
What does she have? What credentials does she have? Like, every so often,
no one has the credentials. We have a crazy anti-vaxxer running the CDC.
Oh,
it's like
the funny thing about RFK is like I remember when we first were talking about him, like some of his crazy shit. It was funny. Like I don't want to say it's funny because it's not funny, but like it feels almost funny before he was in power. Some of the shit he would say and do, and people who listen to him. But now he's like, bro, you're gonna kill people. It's like stop.
It's just
like somebody stop
South
him.
Park from 2016. They made the joke back in February of that year. The whole Canada thing. Genuinely, we want to believe people weren't that stupid, but unfortunately, people are stupid and are also quite malleable. It's like. The problem with then is that it was a joke. The problem after the fact was that we had Biden having to clean up a lot of the shit that Trump had done. Not to say that Biden was going to be perfect anyway. He was still going to let that Gaza shit happen, and that's ultimately what hurt him. It's also what hurt Kamala. But genuinely, she had the opportunity to do wax on, wax off from the whole situation just to separate herself. And instead, she was like, nah, I won't do that. And then meanwhile, what's it called? Cassius Cheeto decided that he was going to go and talk on every platform possible to talk to anyone who was even remotely milquetoast in the brain.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed that he was able to like get away with some of the shit he said, and like remember eating the dogs or eating the cats or what the fuck he said. I forgot what he said exactly. It doesn't matter. He said some fuck shit.
Mm-hmm.
How did he come back from that? How does one come back from that? I don't get it. I'll never get it. People here say that shit. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna vote for him. But there's a lot of issues with it. Josh took off his earphones. Can't even hear me.
I can still hear you, man.
JD,
Don't worry.
What are your views on politics?
Long, complicated, and not made for this show.
No, it is made for the show. This is Ultra Politics Z. We are bringing Pikachu Hitler onto the show, JD. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. That was a little far. Nintendo's coming after us now. But no,
Nintendo,
I
we
don't know.
came
People,
actually after you
I've thought about it
until
before, but like, have you ever been in school and when people like read, um, like, like, I don't think this ever really happened in college, but I did notice it a couple times there, which is probably the most shocking part when it's like, oh, can so and so read the next chapter? And they'll be like, then he went to the store and I'm like, I can't tell if they're just being anxious because they have to speak in like in a group setting, or if they can't read. Uh, my point is, I saw something about like, oh, can you believe that half of like the country can't read at like a whatever grade level? And I'm
I
like,
genuinely do believe that. I genuinely believe that when it comes to being able to separate between people who should be able to think critically, we have just lost the plot. And for other people that say, like, why is it that some of our kids can't read? Why can't some adults just fully read? And unfortunately, that's just the case, is that we failed everyone. Everyone likes to say it's kind of like, why is the system so messed up? You could have, at least back then, this is 2005 to 2009 or so, but like literally you could have people who went from one education system like Texas go over to like the blue state, and all of a sudden they're like severely behind on shit that they need if they want to
yeah, and it goes
graduate.
all
And
over the place. It
yeah.
goes back and forth. Like it's crazy. It's crazy how like weird, like the like how do I it's not like, unified, but how different
Disjointed.
things are. Disjointed, that's the better way to put it. Yeah, and to be fair, like that's not even just a blue state problem. Like there's people like who you can go to like you could be from California on the West Coast and you go to like an East Coast college and it's like suddenly you're like, oh shit,
It's snowing. Oh
yeah,
wait,
well
that was me.
that too, yeah, that too. But it's more like, oh shit, you guys are a billion times better at math than us. Uh, and I just mean because like different ways that people like are taught. It's funny because there was this other viral thing recently about like homeschool, like this mom who couldn't figure out her kindergarten like kids homeschooling thing, and I'm like, can we can we mostly end homeschooling for like non-actual reasons? Not just because I don't want my kids learning about, the gays or whatever the hell they're scared of today. Because I'm like, I don't get it. It's like,
Manuel,
why are you teaching them at home?
for your
What?
benefit, I will not be quoting that last part.
Hey, I'm quoting them for saying it
Yeah.
because damn well, I assure you this second. I assure you this. Okay, for the record, I want you to. Okay, actually, thank you for that because then people could like isolate it. It's like, oh, Manuel said that, but I want it known that if you're gonna come at me for saying that, like, oh, nobody said that. I assure you, I could go online
Okay.
right now and find a video clip of someone saying that, like, without even like doing more than a surface level search. I am positive.
Manuel,
I've heard many people say that. Yes.
did you watch Sabado?
Yes, and I don't know why you made me watch that.
We made you watch it because if we're gonna talk about ultimate episode finale things, if we're gonna do something like when it comes to politics, because I can understand you could say something that cancels yourself, but what is more relatable than understanding that in this sheer dumpster fire that we're in, there is a song that perfectly encapsulates just the
Fourth
sheer
adults.
fourth reading level.
Sorry, I'm reading some stuff. Fourth grade reading.
Of course, they're not smarter than a fifth grader if they're stuck at the fourth grade.
Also,
But
the
anyways,
thing
keep going
with
about
I
your
think
thing.
grades and reading levels, there's a bunch of factors, and I think depending how you look at it, it can get really weird because I think technically Diary of a Wimpy Kid is somehow above the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, for the record, I also don't want to. When I use some of that like the metric, I'm just making a point that a lot of people just can't read.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, like I actually I mentioned this story in the past, and this is to be fair, this is more of an uplifting story. It's not like I'm ragging on him. I had a friend of mine who could not read. Like one of my best friends, like growing up in high school. Actually met him in junior high, but in high school, I remember like he couldn't read, and he had a girlfriend who funny enough was like best friends with like my then girlfriend, so that's how we kind of really became really close even though we knew each other before. I remember like, and this is the toxic part, that girlfriend he had used to make fun of him because he couldn't read, so he was so embarrassed he like taught himself how to read, and like he would hang out with me and my friends, and like we all like fantasy stuff of course because we were also nerds even though we were kind of delinquents. And he would always like he would hand us the book. He's like, I don't get it. What does this part say? And we'd read it, we'd explain it to him. And we wouldn't be mean. We would just explain it to him. We'd help him out with words and shit like that. He's like, I don't get this part. He's like, why is it written this way? It's like, oh, because they're trying to, it's subtle. Blah. Anyways, and he learned how to read. And I remember he was all like, I can't believe I didn't know how to read. Like, I can't believe I like all this shit around me that I just didn't understand. And I'm like, if only more people were like that. If only more people like knew they couldn't read and just went with it and fixed it. Not to say you have to. Actually, yeah, you probably should know how to read. Is that a hot take? Everyone should know how to read.
The hot take is that, unfortunately, due to the sheer amount of economic disparity in the U.S., what's it called? We do need billionaires in order to fund schools for kids who can't read good and other things.
It took me a second to realize you're going for Zoolander.
So it fucking, I remember it upset me. Like I remember it's funny because I think John Oliver did a whole thing on this too, where the school I went to, and I don't feel like doxing myself, so I won't name it. I have named it in past episode. The high school I graduated from, when I first I transferred there in my sophomore year. When I transferred there, there was this whole thing going on where the school had gotten a big windfall of money from this
Manuel, sorry, there's a posture check redeem.
Oh shit.
Oh no, we've been nerfed.
Oh, and no cursing redeem, so you got to do that for.
Oh my god!
I'll say I don't know how long it says. Is it a minute?
I think it was 2 minutes. I think I don't remember anymore.
Okay.
Well, I won't curse. I don't think I was gonna curse in this anyway. So yeah, we had this alumni. I forget what you call it.
Alumnus is for the singular.
Alumnus, yeah. So he was like a pro football player, and no, I don't know. It's no one like crazy famous. I wouldn't even know those names. Who knows? Maybe it was. Anyways, he was an ex-graduate. He gave back a ton of money to the school. And I remember even the teachers were complaining about it because they and it's funny because like I said, once again, John Oliver did a thing on this recently, that even though we were given millions of dollars to benefit the school, it didn't change anything because that money doesn't only go in. When a school's given millions of dollars, what usually happens is the other funding they would have gotten from a federal or a state level. It's oh, well, they don't really need this. We'll just shuffle that around to the other schools, and of course, millions of that will just disappear. And yes, I'm not going to say where it goes. I'm not going to allegedly say where it goes, but it will disappear.
That's why we made the show Abbott Elementary. Granted, a little too late for a lot of people to really learn enough from it. One would have thought. But if there's anything that we should be learning about is what was Manuel's thoughts on Sabado. Even Cat Girl Hannah K is popping in and being like, Manuel, anyways.
No, she's banning the word. She's banning me from saying it. She's banning me from saying the word.
Sabado. You can say Sabado. You just can't
say anyways.
Say all the most of the lyrics that are in Sabado.
It's yeah, it was a weird song. It talked about
it was a funny, amazing song.
The video was even weirder. It felt like,
the video is literally every gathering you ever went to with your family.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say my dad's family was very much like that. Very much the traditional Mexican gathering where it's all it's
kind of a party with there are fewer than 50 people.
Yeah, and it's all
fast. Did the Cheeseman travel fast when it came down to it?
It's funny because I occasionally I see memes about it, and I think back on the parties, and I was like, oh, is this a universal experience? Because one of them was when you push the two chairs together, when your family won't leave, so you just end up sleeping across two chairs. And I was like, I did that so many times. And it's oh my god, it's 1 a.m. Can I go home? And it's no, I'm talking to your uncle or whatever,
Food, I have food and beer, and then a baby sleeping in your bed. You know what? Funny enough, there was actually an uncle who slept in my bed one time. They just needed a place to get away from the party and everything. And so I go to my room and I just see that my uncle's in there, and I'm just kind of yeah. So when my parents are nobody goes into my parents' room, they'll regulate it to whoever else has a queen size bed or something.
The one uncle who tells the same stories every time and will not shut up. He's trying to say something. Am I turning into that uncle?
I don't know. That's just my uncle Hector.
The uncle who gives you beer, gives the kids beer.
Who do you think voted for Trump in that video? before you kind of see the
Oh
end, and
my
you just kind of wonder
God.
how everyone is equally going for the envelope. But like,
Yeah. Is that what the point of you making me watch that video was?
well,
You're talking
it was
about
also really,
Sabado?
it's really
I forget
funny.
who's the
It's a really
artist? Hold
funny
on.
video, and I feel like it talks to everybody, and it's also just a really catchy song, also, and it's like the most
No,
like
the product, by the way. But yeah.
it's a really good like Spanglish thing, and I feel that it is very relatable, and I cannot wait for the music video to Domingo to drop. So
They're
yeah.
doing a sequel? Is it like a whole week? Is there like, I don't know how you say Monday. Mondeo?
Lunes?
Lunes?
No.
Oh, I was way off.
Lunes Martes?
Yes,
Miércoles,
Lunes. It's Lunes.
Jueves,
Oh my gosh,
Viernes.
Catgirl Hannah K off screen is dying. She is absolutely just. Oh my gosh,
What? Because I
why,
said
Manuel?
Mondeo?
You said Mondeo.
I don't know. Monodeo? I don't know.
Monodeo, why are you doing
Manuel, you're old enough to remember
don't
when it was
know.
named after the moon.
I didn't know. Oh, wait, hold on.
That's why it's Lunes.
Y'all gonna make fun of me right now? Y'all gonna make so much fun of me. Is Monday
That's-
meant to be? Is
There's a
Monday meant to be Moon
There's
Day?
a character named No Sabo, also in the music video.
Yes,
Wait,
Manuel.
is Monday Moon Day?
Like, Sunday is for the sun. You know that, right, Manuel?
Yes, and you know what the funniest thing is? In other languages, that translates too, like sun and moon, and and I've never thought about Monday is Moon Day, isn't it? Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me Thursday's Thor's Day. Shut the fuck up. Anyway,
Yes, it was.
He knows that one.
Thursday.
that's the only one. That's the only one I knew.
Josh, your girlfriend has requested you both take a shot.
I can't take
okay.
a shot.
I have this, and by the way,
Hold on.
I have her saliva in here, and it's the only thing making this taste better. This is a Sonic hard seltzer mango. It literally tastes like beer, but they try to put mango in there, and it's actually really bad.
So I've mentioned before, I have emergency alcohol under my desk, and yes, this is a half-drunk Bacardi. So,
Oh man.
And for you, Manuel, I'm sure an emergency means it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
okay. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm on fire. Hold on.
Oh yes, he's on fire, everyone. You know what?
Okay.
I'm gonna collect on something now because he took a shot.
Oh my god.
We have to combo it with something.
I'm not gonna lie. The reason I gagged was not because I'm like I didn't want to take the alcohol. It was because I forgot it was hot, like physically hot, like warm.
Okay, I redeemed it.
Which one of you?
Whew.
I am the one who
fuck you.
redeemed.
I can't sing. I can't sing. Oh my god.
For extra liquid courage.
So fun fact. I'm only gonna do it for like 2 more lines. I can't do it. Keep going. I don't like drinking hot things. I think I've talked about this before.
Shot.
Oh my god! Thank God. For those that don't know, that you can only redeem that twice. So thank God that was the last one.
You didn't do the what's it called? There's no hard limit on there, so you can keep on going.
They're supposed to only be
more the seltzers.
Hold on.
Oh, Molly's the person who sings here?
Yeah.
That's hacks. You can't do that. You need to sing.
Okay. If I drink it slowly, it's not bad. But yeah, I actually have a thing about hot drinks. I just don't like them. I guess I kind of like hot chocolate, but and that's a big kind of
hot chocolate.
Yeah,
that's the most cancelable thing I've heard you say.
I don't like. I hate coffee.
That girl
that one I can agree with.
Is lactose intolerant, and she will mad chug Crystal brand.
Man, this kid's DTL is
Please sponsor us. Chocolate milk. And it's pretty dope.
No, shit! I cut my hand on this fucking thing. I'm like bleeding now. I gotta be careful. I don't get alcohol on it.
Too long. Yeah, oh, so I'm sorry. You cut your hand, not your lung. You could still sing.
I can't sing. Not like it. Hey, I said I kind of like it. I don't hate it. Anyway, I do like coffee though. It's funny because I forgot which con it was. I want to say it was Fanime. I remember the one thing I do kind of like about having Starbucks everywhere is that's an easy place to get like a shake adjacent drink. If you know what I mean.
Yes,
Like
man.
you can get like yeah. Because I remember like Yuji was going to the Starbucks and I was like, Yuji, give me the most shake like drink they have, like the closest thing to a chocolate shake that they possibly have on the menu. Just bring that back to me. And she did. Like some mocha frap or something. I don't know what the fuck it is, but yeah. I don't
Chocolate
even know.
Frappuccino with whipped cream.
That might not even been what it was, but yeah, it was definitely a chocolate. It was a chocolate shake adjacent thing that just had a hint of coffee in it. Don't get me wrong. I love me my caffeine like in soda sometimes, but I don't like coffee. Honestly, I don't understand how people liking coffee. Like obviously some of it has to do with like just addiction level nonsense, but like. And I'm sure the same thing can be said about alcohol to a degree, but
Yeah.
alcohol makes you alcohol
bad.
has benefits, consider them benefits or not. But coffee, what does coffee give you? It just tastes like
Coffee
shit.
makes you more alert and ready to take on the day and only speed up your
Alcohol in
metabolism
it.
slightly. Now put on the
Anxiety.
video, press play, and start doing the thing I redeemed 3,000 points
Anxiety.
for. No, you did. No.
Shaking
If you're gonna
shits.
do that, you're only allowed to sing someone that I used to know. You cannot sing that other one that was made as a failed attempt to be played over commercials or something. I don't know.
Oh my god, that's someone I used to know song. I remember like that song. Remember when that song was everywhere?
Yeah.
Like
It's still everywhere. People
That's
can't
one of
help
the-
but reuse it.
that's one of the few viral songs that like I actually did not like. Like like let me phrase that. Like I'm willing to admit when a viral song is catchy. I don't get me wrong. I might not like them, but I'm like, okay, I can see how that became a viral hit. I can see people like that song. But someone I used to know just was mad overplayed. I was fucking done with that song as soon as it started. Thing within the chat. If you have to add that stuff to it, actually tastes good. I don't want it. I agree. Coffee shit. If you
No,
have
that was alcohol,
And
Manuel.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna
fuck
beat
you.
you over the head. I'm not talking about the chat that people are responding to. I'm talking to the chat that's in our current week's show that they don't know, so that we could just drop it on them like they didn't see it coming.
So fun fact about alcohol
Lord.
drinks. Hold on. First of all, I can drink alcohol on its own, so I don't really need like all this shit. Do I prefer chaser? Yes. Do I need a mixed drink? No. What I can't fucking stand though? What I can't fucking stand? And before JD attacks me, let me finish. You know what I fucking hate so much? It's a new trend and it pisses me off to no end. Mocktails. And no, it has nothing to do with you not being able to drink and like wanting to drink. I get that. Honestly, I think it's kind of stupid. Like it's the same thing as getting a burger that's not a burger. But I understand where it's coming from, and I'm not gonna talk shit about that. That's whatever. Why the fuck are they like $18 or $20? People are fucking stupid. That's how people are stupid. For those who don't know, cocktails are only that expensive because of the alcohol. Like you're just drinking like a bunch of juices together. It should those drinks should be like a normal, like if you're getting an iced tea. Like why the fuck is it like $18-$20? You want the experience of getting ripped off at a bar too? I don't get it. And you're getting mad ripped off.
Okay, that really should have a limit. Did I not?
This might be for the sake of kids learning ahead of time. Hey, you're gonna pay a lot of money for something that won't taste nearly as good as this particular drink.
Yes.
So
why do mocktails? Yeah, mocktails are always like. When I remember, like I went to a bar with a friend. Like this is a while ago, almost a full year ago now, and they had a mocktail menu with their. It was like a flippy thing, like it was like cocktails and mocktails, and they were the same prices. And it was funny because I was curious to try one because they are just like. They're almost always fruity, which is weird, and it's funny because like they have to be fruity by definition, because otherwise, like, what's a mocktail for Jack and Coke? Usually, it's fucking Coke. You know? Yeah, exactly. It's like $18, sir. You know. But
because the other mixed juices cost a lot of money. Juice costs a lot of money in general.
Juice should not cost that much. Like, get some apple juice, get some raspberry juice, get some grenadine.
Orange juice do be costing that much.
Plus overhead and worker pay.
By the way, have I ever mentioned that I don't like orange juice? Is that
acceptable? You haven't started singing yet?
I don't like orange juice. Orangey juice. Orangey.
There's literally a song that you said you enjoyed playing at parties that you could sing. It's in the chat.
So just people buy the alcoholic drink and get drunk and spend more. But yeah, if I want to drink, I can drink OJ. I don't like orange juice by itself. Orange juice says, like, it's funny because you see those. I forget what show was that from. I forget where it's from. It's like, oh my god, you could drink orange juice without the alcohol. I forgot what show that's from. I think it's like Curb Your Enthusiasm or something, or like there's some clip where somebody talks about that, and I'm like, I don't like orange juice by itself. Actually, I don't like juice by itself. Like, juice is too sugary for me. And I know that's funny coming from the guy who just mentioned, like, I don't mind drinking Coke. But, like, honestly, drinking, like, a soda is more like the carbonation and the fucking, actually, it's most of the carbonation. That's probably why I like things like, I like LaCroix. I like fucking White Claws. Even though those have just, like, spritzes of, like, actual flavor. Because I just like the carbonation. I actually don't like overly sweet things. And juices always feel like there's so much fucking sugar in them, even if it's natural sugar.
I mean, that's mostly just superheated apple juice, which at that point is basically just sugar water added in, so they can still call it 100% juice.
He doesn't like juice. That's crazy. I don't like juice. I don't know. Like, and for the record, if I had a juice that, like, I've never understood orange juice as a breakfast drink. First of all, it's a mixer for me. But if I had to drink a juice for breakfast, it'd probably be apple. And yeah, those are my thoughts on juice. I like pear juice. You never see that anywhere though. And yes, there is a distinct different flavor between pears and apples, even though everyone always says they taste the same. I'm like, have you ever had a pear, sir? First of all, actual pears taste really different because pears are a lot softer. But anyway. So yeah, I don't know. We're talking about cocktails, mocktails, JD Vance. I forgot. Do we have a plot here?
No, Manuel. But like I said, you can't lose the plot if you never had one to start with.
You seem to try and navigate away from it like a little Chihuahua dog who's like.
Bro, like drinking TV static over juice. What does that even mean? Sing Hellfire.
Thank you, the Lulu God, Hellfire. There, we have Hellfire twice. Let's go.
Wait, what the fuck's even Hellfire?
From
for not knowing.
It's Frollo's song from the Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is kind of technically supposed to be paired with the what's it called?
Okay, y'all gonna hate me for saying this too. I barely know Hunchback. I've seen it like twice, a handful of times in my life, and I do not know any of the songs of Hunchback off the top of my head.
Just go to YouTube.
I definitely don't dislike it.
Hit the sing-along thing on YouTube, bro.
Hellfire, sing along,
bro.
Or else let her be mine and done. Is that the right song?
Yes, that those are lyrics from the song. Yes.
Did you know that the guy who wrote Avenue Q and Book of Mormon also wrote Frozen?
I didn't know, but I believe it.
I find that funny. I thought everyone knew that, but at one point, like, I brought that up to somebody else a few months ago.
If you're going to detract to Frozen, then you have to sing "Let It Go," "Life Is an Open Door."
Yeah, the same guy who wrote "The Internet for Porn" also wrote, "Let It Go." Let it go. Let it go. Yes. Let it go. Something, something, something. For the record, For the record, I don't know if it's because like he does everything else Disney. I thought that was Lin Mike. What the fuck's his name?
Manuel Miranda.
He wasn't famous yet.
There you go. I thought that was him. I thought it was him.
He didn't show up as a guest member in How I Met Your Mother yet, so it couldn't have been him.
Why I see a giant with smoldering eyes, still scorched for my soul. I don't know this melody at all.
Put the video on. No one can hear you.
The sun caught in raven hair.
It's better for the video if he does it like this.
He's blazing and being out of control. There's some Latin I'm not gonna say. like fire, hellfire, fire in my skin.
He actually wasn't that far off from it. He just
This desire is turning me to sin. Okay, I didn't think it'd go that slow. It's not my fault. I'm not to blame.
Something in Latin.
I'm not gonna say that word. The witch. Sorry, they use the G word. I don't want to.
Yeah. Okay.
He made the devil so much stronger than a man.
Oh.
Protect me, Maria. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this anyway. There, I did Hellfire, guys. So, fun fact: we did a UPZ, right before the pandemic. We're talking like November 2019, maybe December 2019. And I remember we had Ren on and we had Nyaru on. Like, actually, no, I'm sorry. It was supposed to be Nyaru, me, and Ren, and then Nyaru canceled at the last second, and so it was just me and Ren. And I remember Ren was like, before Nyaru canceled, Ren was like, "I'm having a bad day. Can we just drink on the podcast tonight?" I'm like, "Sure." And so flash forward to the podcast when Yara canceled. It was just me and Rand, and I'm like, well, we can still go on and drink. And we did drink, and like we streamed for like 4 hours. And there was a part of the podcast where like I just disappeared. I think I got up to go to the bathroom and just got lost. Because I was wasted off my ass. I was gone for like a good 5 or 10 minutes. And like when I was watching the VOD later, she's just singing all these songs from Wicked, Ren was, with no audio because she could hear it, but nobody else could. So she was like, before that was trendy to do, she was just singing all the songs from Wicked. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I came back. And everyone's like, Ren needs to go to sleep. And I'm like, no, we still got an hour in us. I think if you watch that stream on YouTube, I trimmed most of the drunkenness out. I busted a JD for once in my life. I think because Ren asked me to be fair. She's like, can you trim like the last 2 hours and maybe some of the earlier part? I'm like, sure. It looks like it was a 90-minute stream, but yeah. Anyway, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Those 2 shots are kind of hitting me. They went down on an empty stomach because I haven't really eaten a lot today. Dude, I went to Carl's Jr. this morning.
Why, Manuel? After talking about how much it gets you sick.
I paid for another shot.
Oh my god! He's okay. You actually did. I saw that, and I don't know why that redeem was able to work. I had a limited 2.
Hey, can you get the fireball real quick, please?
Okay. But yeah, I went to Carl's Jr. this morning, and like I thought I was getting sick, but I didn't. But I do. There were some I'm not gonna lie, they were actually annoying me a little too, but like there were some transient people who did. Oh shit, we had the same thing. And just long story short, they kept turning off the soda machine because they kept trying to steal soda. But I actually bought my soda, and I was getting really annoyed. Anyway, I had a bad Carl's Jr. experience,
as opposed to the other ones where you get sick.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't get sick this time. I just couldn't drink. I couldn't drink my possibly dirty soda because that's the place I told you I don't like cleaning their machine.
We had to take 3 drinks. He paid for 3.
Wait, stop!
Where's
the limit? JD, turn the limit. Okay. I'm gonna take 3. I don't want to die.
We got 4 shots. 5 shots. We got 5 shots.
Hold on. There's supposed to be a 2-time limit. Something must have happened. Hold on, I'm gonna get a real shot glass. Hold on. Stop. Hold on.
Babe, can I get the Aaron? I'll be right back. I need to get the Aaron Yeager shot. I'll be right back. Because like a wonderful wife, cat girl Hannah K actually bothered to put the limit thing on. She told me I'm only getting off of the bed twice, so that's what.
So wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you guys can't do.
There you go.
There's 5. And
someone cranked it up to 8, and I don't know who.
Oh, somebody's fucking with me. For the record, it used to be 2 because I was like, because it was for Drink Talk Learns, and I'm like, there's like, in all fairness, I think 2 was a decent number. Extra ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not gonna do 6. I think that's what we actually owe. I'm gonna do 3 because I don't want to fucking die. It's Tuesday.
We do owe 6. Actually, now that I see it, because there were 5 redeemed, but we didn't do my shot.
There you go, Manuel. I put it back to the proper amount.
Aaron Yeager. I have Aaron Yeager.
But do you have Jägermeister?
No, that's so disgusting.
Okay, I'm
Why
gonna take
grab an
3,
Aaron
and then
Jaeger shot glass if you're
and
not
then
going to
I'll
be
probably
drinking like
take more later
Jägermeister
on.
out of it?
Yeah, you don't shoot Jaeger. Jaeger's nasty to shoot.
Jaegerists are a way of life. They are not literal.
There's something black
I mean-
floating in my drink. Hold on.
There's something black floating in your drink?
Oh, there's
Manny
like
wants
something
to
at the
segregate
bottom
his
of this.
drinks.
No, I don't know if you guys can. Oh, it doesn't show up on camera. For the
It's your
record, there's actually
own-
alcohol.
It's
It doesn't
your
show up on
own
camera.
thing.
So I'm gonna spill it if I tilt it anymore. I'm just gonna drink. I don't fucking care.
Okay,
the
here we
rum
go.
kills the
Let's-
germs, right? That's how that
Wait,
works.
wait, stop. Wait. Arriba,
Oh my god.
abajo,
Bajo?
al
Above,
centro,
below.
El Centro?
y para adentro.
Y para dentro.
The center and inside. Just because I think I had to explain the Spanish to Manuel.
Okay, I'm sorry I coughed like nasty into the mic.
Okay,
Sorry, that was a sensory thing. I need to finish it.
Pouring the next one. So I'll
I
be
need to
ready.
finish it. Hold on, I'm gonna dump some of this out and just refill it again because that black thing was nasty. Okay, I need to shut the fuck up because that sounds terrible out of context.
Why did
But,
you
like-
pick that? You picked that. No one held a gun to your hand. You literally picked that.
Because
plastic
okay,
thing
I
on your
haven't.
phone.
So for the record, I have a shot glass, and this is you can't tell on the camera, but this is actually a thicker, reusable one, and I use it for drink talk rolls. But I haven't used it like in 6 months or so. So it was kind of dusty, so I just blew it out, thinking that it would all be gone. But there was something. Okay, it's clean now, so whatever was in there, I either drank it or it's on the or I poured it into a nasty cup. Anyways, here's number 2. Abajo intro. What the fuck you said?
You can't skip the intro.
Okay, I'm gonna fucking die on stream, guys.
So
I
the
gotta
other
take-
day we were watching My Dress Up Darling, and my
Okay.
girlfriend was locked in. Kakro Heineke was like, "Are they gonna animate it? Are they gonna animate it?" And I was like, "What are they gonna animate?" And they didn't do it this episode, but it's probably gonna happen in the next episode. But there's gonna probably be a content warning on the next episode because they'll be playing the game, and things are gonna get heavy for sensitive people. I don't mean that sensitive as in snowflake. I just mean that sensitive as in just be prepared, or as Stephanie Sue would say, it's all right. Just take a break, go on a walk, read a book or something, and we'll see you on the next one. But I thought they were gonna fuck. But anyway, what's it called? It was just funny because there was a gag in the actual episode, and so Gojo is just such a little angel that he doesn't want to not be a gentleman and stay up while having to stay at a girl's place because the transit system is overloaded. So when they're out at the stores and they're getting him a change of clothes, which was one of the things he tried to use an excuse to not stay, he finds a Monster Energy drink, and then he's like, "I'm gonna stay up all night." And then Marin walks by and sees that he's kind of near all the like male supplement and like sex stuff, and he has his super serious "I'm gonna work on my stuff" face, and she's just completely taken aback, like, "Oh my goodness, I am not prepared." Which means she was also just genuinely just trying to be a real one for Gojo, and genuinely showed that she like is fully concerned for her friend. And then now
Wait,
it's
so
like,
do they not fuck in the show? I'm confused. I thought they were fucking.
oh, well, it's an ecchi, it's not a hentai, which is also what was going to be my next question. But then it just kind of made sense that this would just be one of those situations that would just be misunderstood. But it was just really funny watching it in the episode because it seemed like Gojo was very serious, and Marin thought she was like, "Oh my gosh, are we gonna do it?" And it's crossing her head like, it's not completely outside the realm of possibilities for me, but I'm just so surprised by how he's like actually interested. And meanwhile, Gojo's like, if I stay up all night, there's no way I'm gonna come off as a person who slept over, because if you don't sleep,
Can't sleep
And you
over
don't-
if you
Oh
never
my
sleep.
God.
yeah.
So I'm
There
gonna
we
take
go.
the 4th one while I'm still like not dead yet, because these are all gonna hit me like a ton of
What
bricks.
do you mean the fourth one? I haven't even took the third
I-
one out of those.
Okay, you need to take it because I don't know if you were paying attention, but I did take the 3rd one while you weren't looking, while you were talking. I mean,
Oh, you were off screen. That is such
No.
crap.
no, JD, I don't know if you're paying attention, but didn't I take one?
live, as in just be prepared, or as Stephanie Sue would say.
Sure, Manuel.
Oh my god, I did, guys. I'm not gonna take another one. Okay, this is number 4. Wait, yeah, it's number 4.
It's number 4. But anyway, it was so cute and it's cool, and I'm like, I can't wait to see the upcoming episode. But yeah, no, Dress Up Darling is just such a really good show.
You see that, right?
I feel everybody should totally enjoy it, especially if they're into cosplay, especially if they're into things that they enjoy. Even also if you're just into ecchi related stuff, it's really good, and the chemistry between our leads is great, especially when it's stuck in those won't they, will they type of deals, which spoilers. Which, if I say spoilers, JD could go ahead and like bleep everything I'm saying. Like,
no, it's a spoiler. Well, I mean,
but
like,
they do
my
get
Dress
together.
Up Darling's been out
they
long
do
enough.
have a daughter, which means they
Okay, spoiler. You ruined it for me. Never mind.
it.
Never mind. You spoiled it. Fuck you. I didn't know that happened.
Oh my god!
Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad. Fuck you. So, fun fact: I actually watched a bit of Dress Up Darling. I poured out my 5th one. I'm not gonna take it yet. I did watch a bit of my Dress Up Darling recently, and I didn't realize how sexualized the show was.
What?
I know that might sound stupid. I didn't know. I thought it was
stupid.
I just assumed it was like a romance or something, like a more direct romance. Like I didn't know it was just like, here's my ass, literally. Anyway, yeah, here's number 5. To asses.
I haven't even taken the 4th one. Damn it!
You took the 4th. Oh, you didn't. You're right. Okay, you're behind one. Hurry up. So here's 5 and 4. Let's go. You know what's scary?
What's scary?
I'm like, so the first couple, I thought I was gonna vomit because I had no chaser. But that gets easier. It's only the first couple that are hard. That's she said.
No, it gets harder for me.
No, it gets way easier. By the end, I could just start shotgunning this shit. I remember one time I was at an AX with Molly, and we were fucking wasted. And at one point, like she was like, "I'm gonna take a shot at Everclear." I'm like, "You fucking crazy!" And this is back when you could still buy the 72% in California. Like now, I think it's 60, which is still crazy, by the way. In case you don't know this, most alcohol is 40, being the max. But percent.
Wait, 40%. Okay.
Yeah, so she got it was still 72. She poured herself a shot, and then she took the shot, and she did this. She poured the shot, took the shot. She looked at the bottle of Everclear and just chugged from the Everclear bottle. The most crazy thing I've ever seen Molly do. She was fine. She didn't, at least as far as I know. Maybe she threw up all night and I didn't notice. But yeah. I love AM radio. What's AM radio?
Oh, the band Everclear.
It's AM radio. No, wait. Which is the thing I keep getting ads for, where it talks about a bunch of stories you could just listen to off of an app? Is that AM radio or is that something else?
No, you're talking about AM radio. AM radio is just another bandwidth, but like there's lesser things on there.
It's amplitude modulation as opposed to frequency modulation.
Exactly. For the record, there is Bacardi 151 is also discontinued in most places. I still think you can get it in some specialty places. You can import it, but I don't think they make it anymore. There's a lot of alcohol they don't make anymore. But then again, Bacardi 151 is weird because like I remember like hearing that a lot of people cook with it. I'm like, bro, we just drink that shit like crazy. But I do know that I think in some places you can still get it because I know in some states you can still get the. Oh shit! Sorry. In some states you can still get. I think it's 80% Everclear, which is like paint stripper basically.
Hey,
but yeah,
151 is a very sought after set of cards in Pokemon.
151 is gross. I agree. 151, like it's funny because like besides there still isn't a 151. Shit, man, I'm getting drunk. There's a 151 like competitor. I don't know what the word is. Fuck, I forgot what it's called. It's a Caribbean rum, and it's also like 151 proof, which I think is like it's half. So what's half of 151? 75%.
Yeah.
Ish.
Wait,
so yeah.
Stop. Say that.
Did you not know that? Proof is a half. Proof is double the percent.
Proof is double the percent.
Yes. So there is a
Okay, so
competitor that's
ladies and gentlemen, I went
uh-huh.
over to Manuel's one ALA while it was still over at the Ontario location. I decided to come over, and when I went inside, he had a 90 or some ass percent proof of a whipped cream flavored
Oh yeah. So 90 it
vodka.
was 90 proof. So there are
I
overproof.
almost
Yeah.
threw up after
Yeah.
one shot because the whipped cream was so overpowerfully in liquid form that I was about to I gagged. I literally did gag after that first shot. And genuinely, he said, "Want another?" And I said, "No," because then I would throw up. It was hands down insane that now I am learning that a proof is twice the percentage.
Yeah.
So not only was that the most disgusting
I don't understand
beverage I've
the
ever had.
it's kind of a girly. I don't mean this in a sexist way, but like
In
it's
a
just drink a lot.
sexist way? Whoa, wait. You don't mean this
I'm
in a
gonna be
sexist
canceled.
Marketed towards
way?
women.
What are you talking about?
Yes,
What are
it's
you talking
marketed
about?
towards women, and like
I'm
it's kind of like Fireball, like where it's like it's a lot more like girls who drink it, and I think it's like because it's one of those flavors where it's like I don't know, it tastes almost like a cocktail in and of itself. Does that make any sense? Is that like, am I making sense here? Am I still being sexist? I don't fucking know. But just cancel me already. I don't fucking care. Manual sexist. Women, am I right? It's been a while since I said that. Um, but no. So it's funny. But a lot of people wanted that whipped cream vodka. And I actually hated it myself too. I remember I gave some to I won't name them, but like I killed someone. Okay, like when I say I killed someone, I don't mean that they left this earth. I
whoa,
mean that they were vomiting all night.
whoa,
Uh,
whoa. Okay, so they were vomiting all night, is what you're
yes,
saying. Okay.
yes, and
Okay.
it was just funny. I'm trying to remember what else. Like, oh fuck. So one time, I don't know if I ever told this. I've never told the story. Like I think in because it involves people. I don't want to name them, so I'm not going to name the people. But like so there was one year I was at
Can you
Fanime,
feel
right?
because and so we
So
can find them.
I was at Fanime, and it was a special rooming situation. I think it was 2019, and I was room one of my local friends from San Jose was like, hey, I was telling her, I'm like, I'm kind of desperate for roommates because it was kind of hard for me to find roommates. It almost always is until now, because now people just go with me. But at the time, I had to find local people who were just like able to room, and I was like, hey, I'll cut you a deal if you just come room with me. 'Cause I can't, like, the room's cheap. I just need this much money, and it makes sense to me. And she's like, fine, I'll come room with you, even though I live locally. I could just go now. I get to go downstairs to the con. I don't have to park anywhere. So she was rooming with me, but she has like friends, and one of the friends was upset that he couldn't room because like he also wants. I think he might have asked to, and I told him no because. And then by that point I was full, but like he was upset that he couldn't room, so he was kind of like trying to one up me with like bringing alcohol to come drink, right? So. So like we have like I'm not gonna lie, I'm a basic bitch. Like I fucking have a giant thing of Bacardi under my desk. I have like fucking Jim Beam. See, like hold on. I want to prove to you how emergency.
You said
I want
Jim
to prove.
Beam?
I want to prove to you how emergency my. Oh, it's the pineapple though. But I have Jim
That
Beam
is
under my desk. This is a leftover. This one's a leftover from AX actually. But
I thought you meant I meant anyway.
I have a real Jim Beam under there. But anyway, so like we have all this cheap alcohol for making our cheap drinks just to like get us there fast. And this homie comes by and he brings all this like mid to top shelf level stuff. And by mid, I don't mean like mid. I mean like mid price as in like 50 plus a bottle kind of shit. Like expensive stuff. And he brings all this shit to come party. And it was clear he was trying to show me up in specific in shit. I'm fucking drunk. Show me up specifically, but everyone else too. And he even brought absinthe, like a really expensive bottle of absinthe, and he pulled it up. He's like, "You want a shot?" And I am like, I am gone. I am like, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I have total day drunk manual. I am like 20 shots in at this point, right? I am fucking dead. I am like in between. I need to get food so I don't die. But I'm not going to sit here and be a bitch when this guy is clearly trying to one up me, right? So I'm like, of course I want a shot. So he pours me this shot of this absinthe, and mind you, I wouldn't want this absinthe even sober. Absinthe is nasty by itself. Don't ever drink it by itself. But it was like 60%, 70% alcohol, not proof, percent. It was high ass alcohol. So I take this giant shot. I just throw it back. I'm like, I'm gonna do it the college girl way, where you just throw it in the back of your throat. You don't taste it. Didn't work. I tasted every drop of that. I immediately like gag and like basically throw up in my mouth, and I'm like, mm-hmm. I'm like, somehow I played it off right. Like, I was like still bravado. I even sat around for a minute. I don't make it too obvious. And I'm like, I need to poo. I get up and I like vomit in the sink. Cause like I'm sitting there trying to talk and I have to keep swallowing this vomit that's clearly trying to fight its way up. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fine. Fine. And I'm just like, and I'm sitting there because I don't want to be obvious. I'm like, yeah, get some more shots. So like, whoever's there, go make me a drink. Go make me a drink.
I'm imagining you as like Peter Griffin when he meets his actual dad in Ireland, and like there gets to a point where they're both just drinking and like they're just saying absolute nonsense that only they can understand. Oh my god, man! It's like, fuck. Like I can understand what you were doing. You were standing your ground or standing ground for all the South Park people. Like,
but yeah, I just threw up at the sink. Make sure to clean it all up. I washed out my mouth, so there would be no trace of it. And
like when you say that, it just it reminds me of like the professional alcoholics. Like I figure that we're not professional alcoholics. I want to say like the people who like find a way to like get so smashed hammered on a Sunday that they decide that they're gonna like chug extra alcohol, throw in like a supero or something, and then like they're at work and you think that they're not drunk or anything like that. Hearing that reminds me of a different story, and I'm just gonna like
professional alcoholics.
I'm gonna like
amateur alcoholics, sadly.
out there because I want the like people that are watching us to understand that I learned in around, I want to say 2018. It's funny that you say that. I want to say it was like 2018 or so, or if not 2019, where I learned that there was a particular play that was being done in the anime community, and I was able to out this only because, or I was able to see this only because, like, I was spending time in the party scene.
Yeah. Okay. There.
And so what had happened was I went to Sac Anime, and I was there with some friends and stuff like that. And what happened was I was actually doing professional like I was doing event photography with Sac Anime. And I'm going to point this out that if anyone is aware or wants to talk with anybody who's North SoCal, is that the news crew goes out to check out a convention. When the news crew is there, there is no public. No one from the public is there.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna point this out right now because like I was there to take the pictures and stuff like that, and everybody that was there was either a guest or knew a friend of somebody else who was a guest and they were there. So whenever stuff would be up, that would be the case. And so I'm here and I'm hanging and on the same floor as I'm on the same floor over at Sac Anime. There's like a little party going on with a fucker that I now know is Square Noodles. Square Noodles can shit.
Oh, don't name him. It's funny because I don't like him either. I don't like him either. I don't want to name him.
Fuck Square Noodles. I will say that just straight out just because I've interacted before with them and I have people within the same group that are aware to the situation. But all these people like to talk cheeseman and stuff like that. This motherfucker
cheeseman is the best part.
Kicks me out of his room party. Just because, like, and it's the same room as the people that are doing press. And so I went to go and just kind of chill, talk with some people, and they kick me out because they say they want to make it like a public event thing. Later out, there were some other people that would later say F that guy for like whatever.
Well, Sac Anime is weird. So I was talking about
no, he doesn't have any he doesn't have any sway in Sac Anime. I want to point out
Oh,
that this particular person has no say or sway in Sac Anime or stuff like that. They were just there because they were there and they kicked me out of a thing. I just want to say that he's not particularly like the best of people, but what I'm about to say does not really include Square Noodles all. It doesn't include him at all with what I'm about to say. I'm just saying that genuinely, when it came to this type of situation, he tends to be a very exclusive person, and
I
has
think
led
you.
for other people to not really like.
I think you lost the plot because you were talking about like how they close off the thing to public, which is funny because it's funny you mentioned that because
No, he wasn't.
Sac
He wasn't
Anime,
involved in that. I do want
Sac
to point out
Anime,
that he was not there for
yeah, but Sac Anime just
any of that.
happened recently, as in like this
Mhm.
past weekend. I wasn't there. One of my homies, I won't name, and not that I don't like, I love them, but I won't name them. Fuck of it. They were there, and apparently they couldn't bring their VTuber robots. And no, the homie's not the one that I work for. It's another VTuber company. Everyone does VTuber robots now, by the way. But but yeah, what I found funny about that is Sac Anime was always such a crazy con to go to. Like I remember,
Mhm.
I never saw many staffers there. Like
Mhm.
the press people were like, oh, we don't have a thing. First of all, press was always stupid. We always wait for hours to get our badges. But they're like, we don't have a
Yeah.
thing for like interviews. So like we would always just find a booth that was empty, and for some reason there was always a fucking booth empty, like an exhibitor booth, and we would just take
Yeah.
it over and set up cameras, and we would just bring the guests over, and no one ever stopped us. Like no one, like I always see that how weird that was. We would set up everywhere.
It's odd. It's also odd that you say that because there was. I'm not sure who this person is. I have an idea of who this person is, but because I was doing the official press stuff over at Sac Anime for about like 2 or 3 years,
When was that?
that's it was like 2017 to 2019. It was around this particular time
Okay, about the
where
time when I stopped going. Funny enough.
okay, so like what happened was I was gonna go do some interviews with some of the guests that were there. Okay. I
Hmm.
was gonna do an interview or I was gonna do some pictures and stuff. And like I had done that before. But what happened was the next day followed, and so I'm there because there's someone who tells me that, hey, could you like go to just take some pictures around the event just to be sure that like if there's any guest interactions or stuff that's cool and stuff like that. And what happened was they didn't let anybody from the press do anything because they said that there was someone that was there that was like trying to get clout, that they were like invited by another guest, and that they were making it like hard, not hard, sorry, it made it hard for me. What they were looking for was essentially just for like, hey, I'm famous person, I am going to like, I'm here and I want to like promote myself. And in promoting myself, they like reached out to like a lot of people trying to like get into other spaces. I think that, and I think so, this is just alleged on my part, it's not fact. There was a voice actor there that was not necessarily part of the regular routine cast that was there, that was trying to talk with a lot of people. And what they ended up saying was that they were a part of press, and being a part of press, that they wanted to reach out to more people. And what they were actually doing was trying to just have like engagement farming. So it's like, follow me, I'll follow you, and this
Mm.
type of deal. So I show up and then I'm doing my regular pictures and stuff like that. And they tell me that there was someone who was a part of press that was trying to promote themselves more than they were trying to do the event. Like they literally would show up and say, I'm a part of press. And so I had to talk with somebody else that later told me, like, hey, that was not you. And it was just kind of rough because I was like, hey, this is going on. That's really weird. And I had to talk with the other people who got me in there because like to be a part of their press thing is still like a separate thing. And I was really glad because they paid for my they paid, but it could just been that they offered both badge and room. And
Oh,
like
nice.
that was the thing because I got to be with them. So then that came up, and I was the only person that was there from before. But thankfully, they were able to come up and say that it wasn't me. But I was really peeved at that particular point in time because I was like, What the crap?" Okay, because like I was gonna go there to do the pictures and stuff like that for the most part. And that was just what they assigned me to do, while other people were assigned to do other things like check out panels and do like those type of things, because there were like 4 to 5 different people that I roomed with, and all of them were press people, and all of them were doing different things. So that was like a separate thing that was just kind of like going on. And I want to say again that this is separate from the other thing that I was going to go on a rant on earlier. That was genuinely just something different. And it was just kind of funny how it was like all in the same particular floor. But I do want to say that when it comes to like the other person I named off, that's more of a just a personal grudge from me. And only because
Well, let's
I had
take
seen
another
other
shot to
spaces
Sac
before.
Anime.
Okay. To Sac Anime. But continue. Sorry, I just wanted to clear up that one thing, because I do want to point out that at that particular time, that person was not involved in any official business with the convention. But it was also around the same time where I saw that person and at the same time. So I did see who was because
No, wait. Oh, it's P. Diddy. It's
Yeah.
P. Diddy.
no, I had dinner with the guy
cosplayer.
afterwards because he was one of the
Wait, is it
like,
D. Pity?
because he was
It's
I
D.
had dinner with D.
Pity.
Pity. Yeah.
No, I just want to make sure we're saying this correctly. We did not run into notorious person, record producer. That dude. We ran into the cosplayer. P. Did.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm already getting confused. JD, which was the correct one? Which is the cosplayer? Which is the
D. Pity?
Which was real?
D. Pity.
D. Pity, right?
D. Pity.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one who's it's D. Pity because he's Deadpool. Usually Deadpool.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, but I will also say there wasn't genuinely anything that was off about that particular time. That's just something where I just bring up where it was like the same particular event. I didn't run into anything with him that was technically controversial of the sort. All I did was just kind of have dinner with him, and what was just happening was press was just kind of chilling with other people that were.
Terrence Pryor, my favorite host is all of them. What host?
The question of the week is, who's your favorite UPC host and why is it me?
Oh, we've had a lot of hosts. We should have talked about that a bit more. Like when I first started UPZ, it was an idol podcast, like an idol centric podcast. Well, okay. Yeah. Let me back up. Actually, it wasn't. I'm lying. When I first started it, it was a lot more just generic J-poppy type things. But it was like, but I do remember I started it with Nyaru and Heidi, our resident idol at the time. And I think all those episodes are lost. Well, some of them are lost. Some of them have to just be re-uploaded. But we started like that. And get this. This is how we should do this show for like the first year. Because my schedule didn't really allow to like do a show every week because I had to work and I was going to school still at the time and like all the cons and everything like that. So we would have a long ass Tuesday. We would show up at 6. We would record an episode. And I mean, like, it wasn't live, we'd record it. Then we'd go live at like 7:30 or 8 or whatever time we'd go live, and we'd do the live show. So then the next week, and then like we would publish and then once next week came, it would be for YouTube. It would be like, we'd have the live upload, and that might even put the same day, the live upload. And then the week where we weren't live at all would be the recorded episode. And we actually did that for like a year. And I remember it got to be crazy because every so often somebody didn't want to do the recorded one also. Like I remember one time we had Tiffany on and she showed up late for the recording. So we just canceled everything because I'm like, I don't want to mess the whole schedule up. And I remember she got really mad about that. But yeah, we've had Tiffany on, we have Heidi on. I remember even Tipu was on an episode. We talked about fucking travel, how to travel Japan in 2017 or whatever year that was. We've had several maids from like, I don't even know if they exist anymore. 5.1 Maid Cafe, which is like the San Jose thing. We've had Rhubarb on, who did like a lot of like promotion for some others, for like artists still to this day. We've had I forgot his Derek. Yeah, Derek. We had Derek on, who at the time was managing this idol group called Necronom Idol. We used to be really good friends with this other outlet called Homicidals, and we used to have like all their various writers on. And I remember it was really funny because we were literally going through each one like over time. And we got this one of them who was like, I can't remember if she was French or Canadian. Like, she spoke French though, but I don't remember if she's from France or Canada. But I remember by then we had Heidi on, but Heidi was she was still on, I mean, but Heidi was kind of having to be in secret because she was working at this maid cafe in Japan, this really famous one, and she was also doing idol activities. So she was kind of known in the idol scene. And the the host that we had on, she was so amazed by her. She kept like just talking to her the whole time. Like, oh my
Wait,
god, what's a
hold on.
yes.
Was it Lollipop Hiding?
No, 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 no. I know you're talking about
It's a
the
different person.
cosplayer. No, yeah,
Yeah.
this is Heidi, aka Hai-chan. She's like in like Mermall, I think the idol group is named now. I don't know if I should
No
say
clue.
that, but
No
I
clue.
mean,
Yeah.
this is way pre that. Like this is like baby Heidi. Um, I'm pretty sure you've met her at the very least, because like we were all like around at the same time. But yeah, we've had tons of hosts, and then we've had Nyaru both in her human form and in her VTuber form. Um, I always found it funny that like that like the show didn't really catch on as well. Like, you know, people didn't like dox her because of that. I'm like, she never asked me to take him down, but I was just like, they could find you in the human form right there. Yeah, we've had tons of other hosts. I can remember them all. We've had every member of like Peachy Parade on. We've had members of like I can't remember what that other idol group was called. We've had tons of people on. Yeah, UPC's had like probably 40, 50 hosts over the years. I remember the very first when we eventually went to the idol format and we had this whole new layout and everything like that. We were going to be a 3-host show. So we had like 4 squares, and it'd be like the 3 hosts. Hopefully we always had 3. And the bottom square would be the topic. And believe it or not, I would sit there. Well, usually me, but like everyone would throw ideas too. And we would sit there and we would write out the Google form still exists somewhere, and they're probably still in the fucking Discord chat. But like we would have a form where we'd write out all the topics, and I'd write. Usually it was me writing the notes. And I used to get so mad when other people would steal my jokes, because every so often I'd pre-write a joke that I want to say, and somebody else would steal it. I'd be so fucking pissed. But yeah, and then we'd react to music videos. we did some crazy shit. And then I thought we were going to cancel the show during the pandemic, and our 100th episode was on furries. I'm like, that's going to be the last episode. And then here we kept going for another 180. Good times, good times.
Good times.
Yeah. Did you take the last shot? Did we take? Oh, we took it already, didn't we? Well, you have one more, Josh. You're behind one.
I have one more. Okay.
I took 6, or I don't even know how many I took. I'm really buzzed, guys. What am I saying?
Wait, one thing. I just want to out this particular situation because I heard it from several things before. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So here's the actual thing that I'm calling it. If for any reason you end up hearing a story from anyone at a convention where they say something along the lines of, I was chilling over in East LA, I was hanging out with some peeps, and then I decided to just walk down the street, and then I get jumped by, and this part is interchangeable because it normally occurs.
What are you
Either say
saying?
that they are being chased by either the Bloods or the Crips and stuff like that, to which they
What
are
are you
running down
saying?
the way. And then when they're running down the way, they eventually run into a party scene that the people at the party later say, hey, I need you to come in here real quick. And then a bunch of people stand strong against the people that are chasing this person who tells the story. The person telling the story.
What are you telling? Wait, Josh, what is the story? I can't tell if it's a joke. I can't tell if it's a joke or not.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking because I've heard this story twice before.
Okay. Okay.
Not a con. Okay. So I'm chilling at a party and I hear this particular story. And it's just kind of funny because I've heard this story before, the story of which I know I heard before over at the Westin Hotel. And now I was hearing over in what's it called? Sac Anime. The problem though with this is that there are 2 different people who are telling this particular story. And the story goes is that, hey, so I was normally, what's it called, just chilling, East LA. I get chased by some people who look gang affiliated. I go to a party where some people decide, hey, come in here real quick. And they're pretty much like saying like, hey, that the person you're looking for, not here or shit like that. And so when this person's now chilling at this particular party, they end up saying, why were those people chasing me? To which they then say, you're wearing a gang sign thing over on your beanie. Okay. And so it was just kind of funny because while I was still at this particular event, I heard this same story, and it's always necessarily being told from a guy to over to a girl in the situation. I didn't really say anything much in the thing because I was vibing with my own thing, but I just found it so funny because I was like, I've heard this story before. But you could tell from different people how they tell the same thing. So the reason I bring this up is specifically because in both cases, the person is wearing a beanie that has the X mark from Kingdom Hearts 2, and for some reason that counts as a gang sign.
So hold on. Two things. One, that was the weirdest story. I still say that it felt like you were telling a joke because you ended up with the punchline from Kingdom Hearts. But second of all, I want to point out that for those who don't know, one of the that story sounds an awful lot. I forget what the term is, and no, I don't know. I've never been a student of one of them. I just watched the VH1 show that they did a reality show about one. Yeah, I'm gonna say it right now about the called the pickup artist. That sounds like some pickup artist bullshit. For those who don't know, one of the ways that these asshole people try to convince you to you have these icebreaker conversations and they almost always involve a fight that you were almost in, and that sounds like some person got so most people will probably under the same pickup artist coach who gave them that story. And especially when you said they were always telling it to girls, I'm like, you probably that person was probably a pickup artist. I mean, not pickup artist. And by the way, pickup artists are horrible people. Like, I'm not trying to say that any of this works, but yeah, I know way too much about it though because that VH1 show. Like, every so often I think of IOIs, and you know what an IOI is? Indicator of interest. If you're talking to a girl and she starts playing with their hair or whatever, things like that, it's an IOI, and you start counting them to see how if you keep going or not. Yeah, don't go into that shit. It's crazy shit. Anyway, guys. We should probably start wrapping this up. JJ,
I don't know. I just thought maybe some person just took the story from another person because they probably thought that it was engaging.
No, I mean that might be the case too. That might be the case too. But immediately when you started telling me that, you started mentioning the other guy. I mean, the guy selling girls things. I started thinking about we're not doing 24-hour streams. But yeah, I started telling other girls. I was like, that feels like that feels like a pickup artist thing. But yeah, that show was terrible. I remember it involved this dude named Mystery, and I remember, funny enough, no joke, my then girlfriend loved the show. She used to love all the VH1 reality shows, and so I used to watch it with her. And I think I mentioned that part before, but yeah, she was a huge fan of that shit. And yeah, it's basically how to watch that shit, and if anyone starts bringing that shit up, it's oh, instant incel territory there. Be careful, guys. Anyway, yeah, Ultra Podcast Z, is this a great way to end the series? Not with a bang, but with a whimper and drunk Manuel.
Wait, what would be
not doing a 24-hour stream? I don't know. What would have been a bang?
What would be a bang?
What would be a bang? Get more drunk, and then we start singing Wicked.
What is the song that you would enjoy? You want to sing Wicked? Do you want to sing?
No,
Wicked?
I'm not going to sing Wicked. I mentioned this before.
How Far I'll Go by Moana.
No, I do kind of like that song. That is a Lin-Manuel Miranda. Did I write that time song? But yeah, something cracked when I did that. I didn't feel good. But yeah, in case you're wondering, UPZ will be gone, but we'll still do other streams. I don't think it will do anything out for the rest of September, but next month we'll probably do some shit for Halloween. We'll definitely watch a movie. I haven't decided what. I kind of just want to do Night Living Dead again, but there are a couple others we could watch. I don't think we've watched Last Man on Earth yet, and I feel like that's the last of the truly good public domain horror movies. I'm surprised we already watched all the good ones. There's 4 or 5 really good ones. We watched them all. I'll look into it. Oh man, I'm gonna vomit everywhere. Wait, you had a cat this whole time? Did you know we had a cat, Katie? I did not know you had a cat. Yogi? Yogi?
I had her on stream before.
I don't remember a cat. Sing Under the Sea in the Jamaican accent.
This is the cutest, and don't air quote, this is legitimately the cutest ragdoll kitten that my girlfriend Hannah Kay saved, and they have been together ever since. And then she actually saved her when a bad person tried to kidnap this adorable kitten. So she saved her twice. Okay? Cat girl Hannah Kay, I'm saying right now, is the amazing girlfriend, is gonna be my wife for life. And
Cat Girl Hannah Kay likes cats.
Yes, Cat Girl Hannah Kay likes cat. Unlike those fake girls online who pretend to look like cat girls and they don't really like cats. Or they'll say, I'm allergic to cats. I hate cats. I'm not saying who those particular people are, but I'm going to say that they exist. They're only there to claim audience and clout and stuff and be like, ooh, I like cats and stuff. I genuinely don't know who these particular people are, but I know they exist. They're just out there for the back. And I'm going to say that I'm with the real deal. I'm with the real G. I'm with the person who's the love of my life forevermore. I'm with the person who doesn't make me feel excluded from events ever. I'm with the person who always wants to be sure that I'm there for him. The person who always knows that they are my better half that I'm looking to be with.
Oh, look at Josh over here rubbing it in.
Oh yes, I'm gonna rub it in. Because it do be like that.
So everyone canceled Josh for being
oh my god. You know what? Fine. For all of the insults that are watching, I want your hate. I want your hate.
We have a bunny.
All the stuff. All the people who
we need Warren on tier list to cancel Manuel's bad takes.
Cancel me too. Hit me with the cancel thing. You got this.
So it's funny. It's funny because my niece has a bunny. I had to take care of a bunny. Like
we have a bunny also.
I don't have a bunny, but I had to take care of a bunny recently during one of
the bunny lets me pick her up because she's glad to not be in her little cage thing right now.
Hold on, I gotta see the bunny.
Stay down. This is Conchita. She is a bunny.
Oh, she's cute.
Babe, what's her breed?
Bunnies have breeds?
Harley Quinn Japanese, because I'm a fucking weeb. We're a fucking weeb couple. Oh shit.
She like shitting on you?
No. She literally wanted to like get off of me because I was getting loud and her ears were being hurt by me being loud because I'm a little tipsy and I'm a little loud. So now she went on the bed, but now you could have kept her on the bed.
Did your girlfriend throw her off the bed?
She pooped.
Sorry, guys.
Same as pee. It's because rabbits poop pellets, which is not a mess, but pee from a rabbit is a mess. So
my sister used to have a rabbit when I was growing up, and like when I was growing up, I used to have a bed that was like on cinder blocks. Yes, I know. I realized how ghetto that sounds, and it was ghetto. We lived in the ghetto. We were ghetto. It doesn't matter. I had a bed on cinder blocks. And the rabbit used to love sleeping in the cinder blocks, because they have like the holes. And but I used to keep things under my bed too, like just because we had no space. And I remember she would pee on everything, and I used to be so mad. At my sister. I'm like, your rabbit peed on everything. And then one time she ate my
rabbit for peeing on everything. At a certain point, you have to understand that rabbit was probably trying its best. It was just away from its little hut or hay or bedding area, and it just happens. Unfortunately, it comes with the
peed on my shit. And one time she ate my homework, and like I remember I was all like, I was like, what do I do? Like this feels like a lie, like, but it really happened, and I did bring it.
No, it's real. We believe you. Our buddy has destroyed our furniture, like.
Yeah, so I brought it to school, and I was like, I know this sounds like I was really young. This is like this second, third grade Manual, but I was really young. I'm like, I know this is like a lie, so I brought it to show you. Like my sister's rabbit ate my homework, and I showed her like the paper was like missing at least like more than a quarter, like a whole chunk of it was gone. And like to be fair, I'm pretty sure she ate some of the paper, but she was mainly just eating it and like destroying it. So yeah, I don't know if she's making bedding or something to piss on. But yeah, thank God she didn't piss on it. I wouldn't have brought it to school if it was like covered in pee, but it wasn't eaten. And I'm like, I promise you, I didn't do this. Like the rabbit ate the homework.
No, I will side with you. I will believe you. It was not an act of maliciousness. It actually happened. But if your teacher actually went like, "Oh, come on, Manuel, like really, like I really, you're gonna throw that at me," and then be like, "No, it really happened."
Okay, yeah, we should wrap it up though. So yeah, that's it. It's the end of UPZ. We'll do some other streams.
We can't wrap it up yet.
We already wrap it up. No, I mean, like it's already.
Que cantar algo porque
this reminds me enough of.
You read something, and we need to genuinely sing something.
In the meantime, in the next I'm not gonna upload them on the A to J channel, but I'm gonna upload. Yeah, I'm gonna upload as many of the first 40 episodes I still have. I think I only have like 35 of them. I'm gonna upload those on the A to J archive channel. It's not gonna be a big channel. It probably won't get any subs, but I will make a playlist there and then have the playlist on the A to J channel if that makes any sense to you guys, so that you guys can like. I might even add them to the UPZ playlist so that they're all in order again. And I might fix the links on the website because the website still has all the descriptions, thank God. So I don't have to rewrite those. But yeah. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, blah 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 blah. There'll be more
Like, comment,
streams.
subscribe. Follow
Yeah.
A to J Connections. Follow Manuel on Instagram under Alavic something something. Follow me at Kotaku Network. Follow Catgirl Haneke on Instagram under R__.
Make a man out of you. No sing.
Repeat. Follow Catgirl Haneke at R__. E as in Edward, I as in Isaac, N as in what's it called? Norwell or whatever Shaggy's actual name is. And follow her there. Get her over 500. I'm gonna point that out because she deserves it. She's awesome, and she is awesome supporter of the content here and does great things as well. Question mark. What's it called? Yeah, thank you for having us here. I'm going to keep on trying to tell Manuel that he should accept my 7 o'clock show that is completely undiscredited and won't be available until next year because this time slot will be used for random fun time with guests and of the sort. So I just want to tell that. Oh, okay, yes, I've been called out by my girlfriend. But anyway,
Yes. Yeah, so subscribe to our Patreon if you want to see some early interviews. I think the Blue account and the one for Nikki Huntsman are already up. Sorry those took so long. I'll be real with you. It was because of the fucking heat. Like I just didn't like the few times I'd want to use the computer, it was like midnight and I'm like, I want to sleep. Surprisingly, I want to sleep for a couple weeks. So yeah, they were backed up so long. And I did most of the editing. They were just backed up because I was like, dude, it's so hot. I don't want to fucking do anything. But I just soldiered through it and I've been putting them all up. So like most of them will start being public starting next week sometime. But I think, like I said, 2 of them are on Patreon already. And I think all of them will be on Patreon by the end of the week. There's like 5 interviews together. I mean, all together. And yeah, and they'll be up everywhere else over the next few weeks. And shit, I'm slurring my words. But there'll be other interviews too, so subscribe anyway because we're waiting for like 3 or 4 other ones to come in. So yeah, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, Patreon, give us money.
I will
Love you all.
point out that the rain one is the only one that matters the most because for a topless event, the only one who was topless, even though she covered up for the sake of the video. The only one who was topless at that event was my amazing waifu.
So tune in to everything. Thank you all for watching. Good night. Thank you all for watching over the past 8 years. I didn't mention that at all. The reason we ended it here, besides the fact that we were talking about doing a refresh and a rebrand anyway, was because this is almost to the day 8 years when UPZ first started. The first episode of UPZ was September the 4th, 2017. So yeah, isn't that wild?
And I will say though, what is wild is that I've been attending the panels from Manuel, who has been very informative. His panels are amazing. They are very much to the point. And I also fell asleep at one of them over at Hanadoki-Con. It wasn't because it was boring. It's just that I actually saw that same panel over at Anime Los Angeles at the same time. And I wanted to be there to let the event know that they have a real man, a real G right here. And I took up that seat just to let them know that this guy is amazing. And the soundbite that felt in my head is when they brought up that point within the I'm not sure if it's Idol, I'm not sure if it was particularly Visual K, but when he brought up the point being a midnight man, he was up at midnight. He was up at midnight holding a panel, and he literally like pointed out, hey, you see those people on stage right there? They are effing. They're effing each other. This is an actual thing.
Yeah. So real fun fact. Only because I don't like. I feel like I have to explain what he's talking about. That was not the JV panel. We used to do this panel like we used to do this 18 plus VK panel where I would show all, and it was kind of a soft 18 plus because there'd be a lot of videos that just had nudity and like blood and gore, but there was one DVD I had like kind of bought accidentally around that same time I won't.
He couldn't show it. I just want to point out that he didn't show anything. He just had to point it out.
But there's this DVD, this live DVD I still have, where like people start fucking in the audience while they're like it's a performance. Like, and I don't mean that part's performance. Like they're doing some hardcore shit. This dude's breaking glass on his head, and then a couple's just fucking in the background. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like it's almost too much to take in. Anyway, thank you for watching. Good night. Go to our panels. Shout out to Ed. Sorry this episode went this way. You shouldn't have redeemed 7, 8, 12 shots, however many it was. Good night. Peace out. Good night.